Intermediate Grammar Presentation Project. Compound Complex Tenses. Definition and function. A compound complex tension has at least two independent clauses, complete noun, and one or more dependent clauses in complete nouns that need to support. It's help to solve complicated relationships like cause and effect, contrast, time, or condition. This makes a writing more advanced and better for academic settings where many ideas are connected. Structure. It has at least one independent clause like the student waited. 2. At least one dependent clause like because the teacher was late. 3. A conjunction like and for coordination because although, when, or if are common subordinates that start the dependence clause. 4 original example adaptation from the Cambridge Grammar of the English language by Huddleston and Poland 2002, an article in the journal Adaptation Linguistics. 1. Cause and effect. Because the economic strangling compounds are coding codes and employers are victim layers. Grammatical analysis. Independent clause compared as coding codes and employers are victim layers joined by an dependent clause because the economy are strangling subordinator because showcase function link economic downturn to business action. 2. Contrast. Although the team participated hard, they lost the game, and the coach remained optimistic. Grammatical analysis independent clause. They lost the game, and the coach remained optimistic. Joined by an dependent clause. Although the team practiced hard, subordination although saw contrast function highlight if effort versus outcome. 3. Time relationship. When the meeting ended, the participants left and they discussed plans afterward. Grammatical analysis. Independent clause. The participant left and they discussion plan afterward, joined by an dependent clause. When the meeting ended, subordinator when indicates time. Function sequence even chronologically. 4. Condition. If it runs tomorrow, we will cancel the event and everyone will be notified. Grammatical analysis. Independent clause. We will cancel the event and everyone will be notified. Joined by an dependent clause. If it runs tomorrow. Subordinator if so condition. Function connects whatever to action. Parallel construction. Definition and function. Parallel construction parallelism requires similar grammatical structure, is less pairs, comparison, or correlative to ensure balance, rhythm, and clarity. Is a preference confusion by making idea equality when it's wanted. Rule explanation. Use the same pair of space tenses of structure. Example: noun with noun, verb with verb. Incorrect parallelism reduce readability. For original example from article in the Journal of English Linguistics and Strong and Winters 2000, book The Element of Style. List of series. The project requires planning, executing, and evaluating the results. Grammatical analysis, algorithms, planning, executing, evaluating are parallel creating a balanced list. 2. Pirate idioms. Put and. This scientist put designed the experiment and analyzes the data. Grammatical analysis, verb designed and analysis are parallel after both and ensuring equal structure. 3. Comparison. them as the new model is more efficient than the old one. Grammatical analysis, adjective, uh, affect, and implied efficient is old one, a parallel in the composition for correlative conjunction, not only but also. The police not only reduce costs but also improve safety. Grammatical analysis reproduce and improve are parallel after not only but also. Study case compound complex tenses. Scenario analysis. It is argued that the statement because the teacher was late, the student wanted and started the class by themselves is not actually compound complex resolution of text. A definition clause because the teacher was late is a dependent clause subordinate to independent clause that are joined by and are the student wanted and they started the class by themselves. Qualification because it fits the structure with one dependent and two independent clause. It is compound complex. Deliverable syntactic tree diagram, independent clause 1 and independent clause 2 or dependent clause. Oral explanation step by step, identify clause, this structure, confirm correctness. Study case dangling construction. Scenario analysis, the dangling modifier in walking through the park, the flower looking beautiful. Text resolution, incorrect reason. Walking modifying the flower illogically. Flower can walk. Logical nouns stop modify a present. Example, I or the walker. Rewrite, walking through the park, I saw the flower that looked beautiful. Restoring, not walking, modifying, I facing the mismatch. Deliverable, before and after comparison, original dangling versus revised. Logical. Logic mismatch. Modifier doesn't match subject. Authentic example from student essay is Ferris 2002 running to class, the bell rang, incorrect. Study case compound sentences. Scenario analysis sentences. A is compound, B is complex. Text resolution analysis. A has two independent clauses joined by but compound. B has one independent and one dependent complex. Difference, compound use coordination conjunction and but complex is subordinating because. For more examples, she studied her, so she passed to exam. He arrived early, yet the meeting started late. They planned the trip and they enjoyed it. The sun shone, but it rained later. Deliverable clause breakdown. A clause 1 but plus clause 2. Syntactic evidence, tree diagram clause 1 but clause 2.